got bad news for you, America. There's no hope. I'd like to give you hope, but there's no hope. No hope for what? What am I talking about? Am I talking about CRT? Am I talking about the gay agenda? Am I talking about racism? Is that what I'm talking about? Am I talking about the left? Am I talking about those right-wingers? What do I mean by there's no hope? And why am I being so negative so early in the morning? I'm not being negative. I'm just telling you like it is. I'm talking about you see all the division in this country, the dysfunction of our government, how we not really getting a lot of stuff done that we could be getting done, right? How our politics are, we keep electing these same buffoons, work for the same elites, right? Meanwhile, a lot of Americans continue to be left behind. And we know we're capable of doing better. But somehow, we just don't really make much progress. There's little crumbs here and there, right? And again, these crumbs can be fatal. Right? When we get crumbs, people die. Not trying to be super dramatic. I'm just telling you like it is. When our government gives crumbs, people die. People suffer. People get depressed. People take up a life of crime. That is the result of crumbs. So there's serious consequences. It's not a joke. And for those of you that are able to just about keep your head above water, recognize that there's many people who don't. And it's not all of them are just plain damn lazy. Some of them have been abandoned by a dysfunctional government that is dysfunctional as a direct result of our behavior, the citizens who have the most power in this country. No billionaire, no millionaire, no politician, no influencer has more power than we, the people. Because our government relies on our votes. Right? Without our votes, they can't get elected. Without getting elected, they can't get those salaries and make those millions of dollars and have that security that shields them from the stuff that regular Americans have to deal with. They need us. We have the power to change all of this. So why am I saying there's no hope? This country has been inflicted with a poison. And we got stage 4 of the disease that resulted. And that poison is social media. One of the greatest things that we have ever had, and one of the worst things for this country. Not like the devil's box that my parents spoke about on TV. That was just my parents reacting to their religious beliefs that had them all scared of things they didn't need to be scared of. Right? They were worried about stuff like the music. That's the devil's music. Oh! Bless my parents. That's the devil's music. You listening to that music, Satan's gonna come upon you and take a hold of your soul. Right? No disrespect to my parents, but that was utter nonsense. What they thought TV was, social media is, not literally, it's not the devil's box, it's not going to take your soul, but the level of danger, the level of we've got to do something about this is high. So let me illustrate how social media affects us, right? So you have a for-profit business, right? Called media. All these political YouTubers, the mainstream media, left wing, right wing, right? It's a business or business. Maximize engagement to maximize profit. Maximize engagement. Fix these roads. Maximize engagement to maximize profit at all costs. Never mind the damage to the country. Never mind the suffering. And yes, I'm preaching today. Never mind the suffering of people that is downstream of your content. All you're looking at is metrics, not matrix, although that's part of it. Metrics, right? How many views? Which video is getting the most views? Which getting the most engagement? Oh, this got more likes than that. Why are my subscribers not growing as much as they were last month? Oh no, last month they were growing and I was doing X. Let me do more of X. Oh, when I do Y videos, views go down. When I do X videos, views go up. Oh, must do more X, must do more X. So what is X? Sensationalism, pandering to the ideology of your audience. You are part of the good group. That's the scam. You are part of the good group. You are part of the smart group. Unlike those idiots over there. They're so dumb. Look at them. They're dumb. They're ruining this country. Right? But we know better. My audience is so smart. Right? Unlike that other audience over there. Oh my goodness. What a bunch of dum-dums. We have the superior ideology. Their ideology is evil. Whether that statement is true or not. That is the poison. And just like real life poisons, that once exposed to it, there's little you can do to prevent the effects of it. Why is there no hope? Because we have this infrastructure that incentivizes bad behavior, right? To give an analogy to get the point, imagine that we are on a deserted island somewhere and it's hard to get food, right? Gotta hunt, climb trees and pick fruit, right? Now imagine if people who start fights and assault others were considered to be strong and heroes and people look up to them. Like everyone's suffering and we got enough food and then you got these people out there, knock him out, bam, fall on the ground. And everybody's like, oh, he's so strong, right? And they all come over to you and they say, hey, strong guy, have some of my coconut. Is there anything I can do for you? You knock somebody out, you got free food. What the hell do you think you're gonna do? I'm gonna knock out this guy. I'm gonna knock out that guy. I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said Anyway, right? And then you see another guy looking, he sees this guy who goes around punching people in the face and everybody crowds around and gives him food. And you're starving. You're like, I want food too. And this guy's living large, living like a king. Now you start your own little tribe. And he's like, wow, he's got all that food while I'm here starving. And all those people are just there doing whatever he wants. And He punches people, and then this happens. I'm gonna punch people. So then you go around, I'm gonna knock you out, mama said. Right? And other people are observing. There's a group of people who go around punching other people who keep getting rewarded for doing it, right? And then it's like a disease that spreads, not just from person to person, but in your body, right? So the one guy, he punched one person, he's like, okay, I got rewarded for it. They punch somebody else out. Now he's like, okay, let me do double punches. So you walk up on two people, bam, knocked out two people, knocked the flip out. Bam, look at him. Ha ha. You get even more engagement, right? More engagement, right? Now, how can I assault more people? I know. I'm gonna hold a big ass stone over a crowd where people walk, right? I'm gonna drop that stone on one guy's head, and at the same time I'm gonna swing around and punch two other people. Bam! Triple knockout. And the more people you knock out, the more coconuts you get, the more rewarded you get. And other people are observing this activity like, wow, knocking people out pays. How do you stop that? That's the disease we have right now with social media. Think about in that scenario. If people are on an island starving to survive, and they find that knocking out other people, assaulting other people is rewarded with food and gifts, and people just looking at you, oh, your adoration, oh man, oh, you're amazing, you're so strong, you're a leader, right? When does that stop? That's why I say we don't have any hope, because in that same situation, we have no hope. What would stop that? How are you, especially if you're one of the people starving, gonna go to one of these people getting rewarded and have all these people around them, oh, you're so strong, and you're gonna come and say, hey man, maybe you should stop assaulting people. You got enough coconuts already. Look how many coconuts you got. How many goddamn coconuts you need? You think that's gonna be compelling? My man is sitting there with a bunch of naked ladies ready to do whatever, right? Everybody, oh, you're so strong, you're so sexy, man. When are you gonna knock somebody else out? How the hell do you stop that? How the hell do you de-incentivize this savage behavior? That is what we have in social media. The right-wing media and left-wing media are incentivized by pandering to an audience. Every day, Trump, look at Trump there. Oh, Trump this and Trump that. Oh, these right-wingers this and the right-wingers that. Oh, yes. You know, the progressive stuff is the way to go. Unlike those right-wingers, they don't love our country and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, those right-wingers. Right? Then you go to the anti-liberal channel. Oh, those liberals, the liberals. Oh, the liberals, they're so bad. The liberals are evil. Oh, those leftists, they're groomers. They are CRT and this and that. And authoritarian. I know they want us to wear a mask. Oh! More coconuts. People coming up and go, oh, tell me about how the liberals are evil. Tell me more. Oh, the left. Yes, I agree. The left is out of control. Please tell me more. Oh. Like, subscribe. Right? Super chat. Right? Oh, join my membership. Yes, the membership. Join the membership. Oh, yes, we will be members if you keep telling us how bad the left is. Oh, the left is so evil, please. Oh, I've been dying to find someone who could tell me the left is evil every single day. You know, it makes my day. My life is so stressful, but when I wake up in the morning and I see in my feed another video, oh, the left is gone too far. Oh, you have no idea how it just blesses my soul. I just feel so, I was in the middle of a divorce, right? And I was feeling so down. And then I found your channel every day telling me how the left is crazy. And oh my goodness, I don't even care that I'm getting divorced anymore. I don't need that bitch. Right? How do you stop that? How are you gonna tell multi-millionaires, Ben Shapiro, Steven Crowder, I don't know where Brian Tyler Cohen is at yet. right? Got that Canadian guy. Every day talking about Trump. Trump. Every time he punches somebody, he gets coconuts. Again, my question to you is, how do you get them off of that? You know, and like in my analogy, man, you had these people, everyone's starving, right? And they're getting rewarded and you know, hero worship, whatever. How are you gonna convince them? How are you gonna get their attention to be like, you know what? Maybe I have enough coconuts. You know? How are you going to ever get these people attention? And then you gotta also think about the ease at which it is to manipulate people. Right? It's easy to say, like in my analogy, man. You just punch a couple people and then, right? And you got other people who are observing this behavior and they're trying to repeat it. And then there's also a sense of one up, you know. You got a bunch of people doing the same thing, then you're trying to figure out how you can take it to the next level, right? Anyway, on that note, do I actually mean there is no hope? 50-50. We need to figure out some way to regulate social media to where we de-incentivize this behavior. You know, it's frowned upon. Partisan media becomes a thing that's frowned upon, right? I think there was an attempt to do this in the past and it got overturned. Something like this anyway. You got to get back to that, man. I think the thing about it is no one is spending the time to think about how to solve this issue, right? If we spent the time, I'm sure we could come up with solutions. I mean, there's things like accurate designations. So you want to preserve the ability of people to speak, right? So if you want to do the partisan media thing, even though, you know, in a world of my creation, it would be frowned upon. But if you want to do it, you should be free to do it. But maybe have a requirement that you designate yourself as such, right? That you make it very, very clear in your branding, like when your show starts, you know, something on the bottom, you know, this is a conservative channel, you know, somehow make it very explicit that you have a partisan agenda, right? Now, some people would say that that's what's done, but listen, man, if I'm not online and I just happen to be on YouTube or something and I run into a random Ben Shapiro video I've never seen before, I'm not going to see a conservative channel or conservative video. I'm just going to hear a guy giving his thoughts about something and saying stuff that might sound to me like it makes sense, right? There's a lot of content like that people are running into, they're seeing, and, you know, they don't necessarily see it as, hey, this is a partisan channel that's pushing an ideological agenda. Right, so that's one thing. That's one of many things. I mean, it have to be many things because this is a very, very serious problem. But
I think also I would, you know, I'm not gonna solve all these problems just like that, on the fly like that. But just thoughts that come to mind. I might regulate the since media is so important. You got to think about it. We gotta treat media more important than we do. The media has the ability to start wars, end wars, lead to pain and suffering and poverty and death, right? That's downstream of the media, right? Based on what they're telling us and how they're making us feel, there's a lot of damage and destruction that can happen, or good things, right? Goes both ways. So just like we treat everything else that is very serious in terms of the risk, we need to treat media as well. So I think an idea of maybe smaller channels, it's more free. But once you get to a certain size, um, channel channels beyond a certain size, you're not allowed to have most of your content be partisan. You can have partisan stuff. You can do your ideological stuff, but if you're designated as news media based on the fact that you're doing uh, um, informing people about current events, right? Whether you're just doing supposed factual reporting or you're giving your thoughts on it, so opinion, but still, if you're talking about current events like that, um, then once you get beyond a certain size, maybe the so you'll be required to cover objectively. So you'll be required to have two pieces. Like if you want to do opinion stuff, you can't do 100% opinion. You can do 100% opinion up until a certain size. Once you get beyond that size, the opinion stuff needs to be a very small subset of your content. So if you're gonna be allowed to continue doing news media, because again, I'm saying heavy regulations, then an overwhelming majority of your content needs to be objective reporting, right? So every other video can't be the left sucks or the right wing sucks or something like that. Um, so I think that could be something. So you have your 10%, 20% of your content that might be partisan. Like maybe you lean in on a partisan angle, but most of your stuff needs to be responsible journalism um, and being objective. Um, Again, this is just obviously there's going to be problems with stuff that I'm saying. That's why when you're solving problems, you have to come up with multiple ideas. You try things, some things work, some things don't work, you modify. But again, who's working on this? And if no one's working on it, no one will ever solve it. And if no one ever solves it, I don't see any hope, because what these people are selling, it's like an addictive drug. Every day going against the liberals, liberals suck, liberals suck. Pretending that mainstream media is the problem and ignoring what's happening in your business, right? You're an independent media, so you're quiet about that, but you keep the mainstream media, the mainstream media. People love it though. These people wouldn't be doing this content if it wasn't selling. It sells. People love this stuff. They love being in their tribes and feeling like they are part of the good. So how do we get the people off of this addiction to partisan content, to pandering? Um, I don't know, but as long as keep rewarding people for punching other people, they're going to continue doing it. They're going to continue to punch more and more people, right? The more people they punch, the more coconuts they get. and it spreads. People observe this behavior and they're like, oh, I want to get coconuts too, so I'm gonna go punch people, right? There's no getting off this train on the path that we're on, right? I don't see what's the thing. I mean, this is something that just gets worse and worse with time, right? So, I don't know, guys. I wish I had something better to tell you, but it's just a reality. And unfortunately, a lot of you don't understand how bad things are because, you know, if you haven't been a content creator, like doing it like seriously, you don't know how bad things are. I mean, I've done it before. I've ran big channels, so I know how consuming it can be. Right? You can lose yourself in this chasing of metrics and views and likes and engagement, subscribers, and oh, numbers are going up, numbers are going down, numbers aren't moving. It's so much that, you know, it's like you look at the concept of management. You may not like to be managed, but I guess I could give a military analogy. If you're a soldier on a battlefield and you are in a battle with somebody else, right? He fires, you fire. He fires, you fire. Can you see the group of enemy tanks that are approaching off in the distance? Probably not, right? You're focused on the task at hand. You're focused on your gun battle, right? So you're blind to a lot of things going on. That's why you need to have a commander. You need someone that is, you know, looking at things from a high point of view in terms of, you know, overall what's happening on the battlefield, right? Where are my resources? Where's the enemy? How are we doing? In this content creation business, you know, people can get lost in their the battle of the metrics, you know, trying to get this number up or that number up, and not seeing how much you're losing yourself, right? How much your content is changing, and the potential damage that you're doing. So don't look at these people as purely evil. I think some of them are for sure, but others are just lost. In a business where it's easy to be lost. And then the viewers, again, have no clue. You got no idea. You just turn on your computer and you see these videos, people go, oh, hey, the left this, or oh, the right wing is that. You got no idea behind the scenes, the kind of brainwashing and, yeah. All right, guys. Debate me channel, debate me in the comment section below, picture and like, share, subscribe, smash that bell, be well. Wish I had a more positive thing to say, but I'm gonna keep it real. I'm not here to make you feel good or tell you want to hear. I'm here to tell you the truth. And I will always.